A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Message to the Black Man Economic Program. The world hails the new economic plan. Our 3-year economic plan is receiving great response. Those able to give who are giving far more than I expected, and this includes all the Muslims. Those unable to give are in sympathy with our cause. We thank and praise Allah for His coming and blessing those who have neglected their duty to Allah and self because of ignorance and fear of those who put fear in us and prevent us from uniting for a common cause. If Allah continues to bless us, and He will, with the progress that we are now making, the set goal will be accomplished at the end of the 3 years. We, the Muslims, have responded nearly 100% for the past month. This savings plan is intended for all of our people in America who are from slave parents. It was not meant solely for the Muslims, but for the entire millions of our kind. Let it be remembered that what is good for the Muslims is good for all of our people here in America, because you are the ones we are trying to reach with good. A national savings plan for us is one of the greatest steps towards financial help against poverty ever set before us since our so-called 100 years of freedom from slavery. The black man or woman refusing to give to our 3-year savings plan credit, as mentioned above, and who will not contribute to it, cannot be considered a man or woman who wants to see his or her people out of the chains of want and suffering. The black man or woman refusing to give our 3-year savings plan credit, as mentioned above, and who will not contribute to it, cannot be considered a man or woman who wants to see his or her people out of the chains of want and suffering. We can do nothing constructive until we unite in a constructive plan for the entire 22 million or more of our people here in America. Jealousy, envy, and suspicion in and against good planning for us will always keep us down as a nation and will always keep us serving the God of poverty and want. If our forefathers had the power of life to speak from their graves, they would condemn you for wasting your time and life after being freed and not availing yourself of this freedom. They were forced into slavery against their will, but you are now forcing yourself to remain in slavery by trying to force the white man to allow you to remain with him and provide for you as he has always done. You must admit that white America envies the success and prosperity coming to us, especially the poor devils in the South. This is why they will not give us an equal chance with them in that which will bring us progress and success. Since that is true, I am appealing to you to seek separation from such people on some of this earth that we can call our own, away from a people who openly show and tell you that they hate you and any or all good that may come to you. Join us in our program for a united black nation, so that we may free ourselves from our oppressors with whom we cannot get along in peace. Spend only when it is a must, and contribute, all of you, all you can to this 3-year economic plan. We will not, however, be responsible for contributions given or sent other than directly to the 3-year economic savings plan. Temple number 2, Stony Island, Chicago, Illinois. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Separation, independence. With the right understanding and with business unity, we can turn the great flow of millions of dollars that leave black communities and go into the hands of white businessmen back into the pockets of the poor black men and women who would benefit most by it. How can we do this? First, we must stop being so foolish as to spend our few hard-earned dollars with the rich of this land. Those of us who are wealthy or rich should help set up independent businesses which our people need and which could add wealth to our communities. With such cooperation, our own businessmen could actually help lower prices and provide employment for the multitude of unemployed. But to be successful, we must have some of this earth to produce our people's needs. For example, in Chicago, Illinois, as well as in other communities throughout the country, the black man is robbed through giant cut-rate stores owned exclusively by white men who make it almost impossible for independent stores owned by black people to survive. We cannot compete in business unless we unite and get some of this earth so that we can produce our own people's needs. It is the right time that we seek separation and independence for our nation from the evils of our open enemies and not the foolish things other organizations are doing. They want our people integrated into our open enemies to be destroyed as a people. They seek that recognition which demands better qualifications, education, the knowledge of self and others, manners and self-respect, and the respect of others. But our people just do not have these qualifications until they first come to Islam and bear witness to what Allah has revealed to me. No intelligent and refined society will accept us until we have the above stated qualifications. We, once slaves, have grown to be a nation of over 20 million in a nation that enslaved our fathers and to this day has deprived us of equal justice under their own laws. No equal civil rights. Most of us are treated by white citizens of America as animals. It is common to see and hear of white mobs attacking, beating, and shooting down poor blacks whose fathers and mothers, labor, sweat, and blood helped make America the richest government on earth. Nevertheless, we are yet the most hated and mistreated people. Allah wants to make a great nation out of us. But if we desire to remain the slave or servants for our slave masters, it is all right with Allah. Do we love ourselves and our children? If so, why not build a future for ourselves rather than beg the same slave masters for jobs and equal shares in whatever they have, even to equal membership in their societies and families through intermarriage? This is definitely not a wise thing to do, but a very foolish and destructive thing for the one slave and his master to do. By the help and guidance of Allah, I have put before you the wise and best thing for your future. Firstly, some of this earth that we can call our own. Without some of this earth that we can call our own, we cannot hope to even become a free nation out of the nation of the slave master. It is far more important to teach separation of the blacks and whites in America than prayer. It is far more important to teach separation of the blacks and whites in America than prayer. It is far more important to teach separation of the blacks and whites in America than prayer. Far more important. Teach and train the blacks to do something for self in the way of uniting and seeking a home on this earth that we can call our own. There is no such thing as living in peace with white Americans. You and I have tried without success. Look at what white Americans did to my followers in Los Angeles, California on April 27th, 1962. They know that we, the Muslims, are a peaceful people and do not carry arms. But the heartless enemy devils care not for peace. They were made to hate peace. Night and day, they are out seeking a chance to beat and kill you, while at the same time, you are out seeking to show them how much you love them. A very foolish people you are. How can anyone other than you love your open enemies? Sadaqallahul Aliyul Azim.